Mr. President.
The senator from Maryland.
Mr. President, today we, of course, are beginning the debate on the National Defense Authorization Act. Throughout the next hour and throughout the rest of the day, you will see the women of the Senate take the floor, one, in support of our military, but also to express their concern and their ideas on how to deal with sexual violence in the military. You will see in the next hour our ideas, the fact that we have excellent ideas in the bill, and then we will have a robust debate on how to even further enhance this process. This is a compelling national problem. When you join the military and you face the enemy, you shouldn't have to fear the enemy within. No woman should be a victim of rape by a fellow soldier or seaman or corpsman. No man should face the same sexual attack and call it hazing. There is no place in the United States military of violence against one member of the military by another. Now, I'm pretty fed up. I'm fed up with lip service and empty promises and zero tolerance policies and task force after task force after task force. I'm an old-timer in this institution. I've been here for 25 years, and I have worked on this issue for every year since then. There's been some repugnant thing that has occurred. From when I was a brand new senator, I had to deal with the situation at the Naval Academy where a female midshipman was chained to a urinal at the Naval Academy and taunted by three hours by fellow midshipmen until she was freed by a visiting Air Force cadet to be able to do it and get her out of handcuffs at her own Naval Academy. Then there was tailhook. Then there was other kinds of incidents. Statistics after statistics. There are 26,000 reasons why we are on the floor today. 26,000 sexual assaults have occurred in our United States military this past year. Then we look at the service academies training the future leaders. 15 attacks at the Naval Academy, 15 attacks at West Point, and over 50 attacks at the United States Air Force Academy. Now is the time to do something bold, to do something strong, and something unequivocal. Something that victims can have confidence in, the accused can feel that the process will be fair, and that we restore the confidence in the United States military to stop this and to deal with their own. Now, I'm proud of the leadership taken by the women in the Senate and the women on the Armed Services Committee. There are now 7 women on the Armed Services Committee, 5 Democrats and 2 Republicans. And wow, did they work on a bipartisan basis with the leadership of the committee. We appreciate the work of the fine men who supported us in dealing with this. We particularly want to thank Chairman Levin for his leadership, and we want to acknowledge the role of Senator Imhoff. And by the way, all of the women in the Senate wish to express our sincere condolences to Senator Imhoff on the loss of his beloved son, Dr. Peter Imhoff. So this is not just a women's only fight. This is a fight to make sure that our military continues to be the best in the world, and when you serve on it, there's an enemy outside that we will always face, but there's an enemy within that we need to now end. We, the women of the Senate, all of us, agree on the goals. We want to be able to provide prosecutorial tools for punishment. We want to ensure fairness in the process, and we want to make sure we get help to the victims. The National Defense Authorization Act has more than 30 reforms in it to accomplish that. 13 relate to prosecutorial reforms. 10 are reforms to improve victim services. And 2 reforms are to improve training of first responders. 5 also deal with various kinds of reporting. I am so pleased that the bill works to prevent retaliation against someone who reports a crime. So if you feel that you've been a victim of sexual assault, you're not retaliated by stepping forward, where you are then doubly victimized, both by the attack and then by those who want to squelch the fact that you want to bring the attack to the surface and to follow some kind of redress and to also get help. It also eliminates the statute of limitations on court-martials for sexual crimes. It requires a review of decisions by commanders not to prosecute, and requires dishonorable discharge for anyone convicted of a sexual assault. The bill ensures that every victim gets access to legal counsel and support. This is really important. It's important not only to me and the other women, but it's important to the person who would be injured. First responders must have training in sexual assault. There are others that could be elaborated on. Sexual assault in the military continues to rise. It is a problem, as I said. And I'm worried about the men and women every day to be sure that they're well trained and well protected. You know, Mr. President, unfortunately, many of these acts of violence are unreported, unprosecuted, and unpunished. DOD's own annual report gives us a picture of why victims don't report these crimes. 50% don't think anything will be done. 43% believe they won't be believed, and 47% were afraid of retaliation. The reforms in this bill deals with those fears and their concerns. We are ready to reform, revise, and standardize how the military deals with these problems. These reforms will change the way the military think and how they act. Now, during the course of this whole process, we've met with victims and heard their stories, with experts and advocates. We've met with the military themselves. Now we're ready to give all concerned in this a voice by using the defense bill for a vehicle for serious and significant reform. And we've been able to do this because we've worked together on both sides of the aisle, working with the leadership of the committee. 30 reforms that people can count on for fairness in the process for the accused, but also help to those who feel that they have been victimized, but to be sure that they're not victimized by the very system that they count on. Mr. President, I yield the floor and eagerly look forward to hearing from my senior Republican colleague, Senator Collins.